am going to be combining a few different challenges into this layout. First and foremost, it's time for All About the Mouse, and you'll see or have seen the challenge inspiration post. And that inspiration post has a ton of sequins in the rainbow around Captain Hook. So I have pulled out my sequins, and I'm going to use those on this layout. I'm also doing the Blackbird challenge for my little scrapbook store for the Beatles prop. That is to talk about the elegance of birds, or to do black and white. I'm choosing to do the elegance of birds. I'm going to be scrapbooking these pictures from the Lion King show at Magic Kingdom. So that's what I'm choosing to do for the elegance of birds. And then finally, this is day 3 of the 17th series of the sketches from Christy, from Christy's Beautiful Life. And I am doing the 3rd sketch, which I will put up here. So hope you hang out with me, and we will get started. We are on fast forward now. I have some of the 6x8 papers from the Vicki Boutin collection. I'm using the circle paper from Where to Next as kind of my base. And I'm going to build out the strips of paper that you can see in the sketch using pieces of paper from the 6x8. So the first thing I do is just cut those up and have those available to be used. I'm trying to use up some of my older Vicki Boutin collections. I think that is kind of the easiest thing to do, is to cut up the 6x8 pad. I still can't bring myself to cut up the 12x12 pieces, but the 6x8 for some reason seemed less precious. So I cut up those. I went with the blues, the greens, and the oranges. I also have a 49 Market orange and green film strip. Don't really know which collection those are from. And now I'm just building these up, trying to see if I like it. And it is a little bit busy on this background, but that's kind of the beauty of this page, is it is a lot of motion and a lot of stuff going on. In the end, I like how it ends up. I just really needed to kind of play around and make sure I was okay with it. And I do like how this turns out. So I laid them out first just to see if I liked what I was doing. And I ended up saying, yep, I think this is okay. I thought about taking a white paint and kind of taking down the color of the middle, but instead I just ended up leaving it alone. So I'm going to ink the edges of every one of the strips so that they stand out a little bit more. I think that helps kind of give them a little bit of definition. And after I do that, then I'm going to put them together, the left side and then the bottom. And you'll notice I'm kind of choosing to put the orange film strip instead of the orange piece of paper, and I'm choosing to put the green film strip instead of the green piece of paper. So I'm also trying to make sure I have different widths and different sizes. So I'm trying to vary it up as much as I can to make sure that it looks right. If you choose to do this particular sketch, you could do it with stamps. You could do it with all kinds of different things. You could do it with a pre-cut from your Cricut or Silhouette, or you could just draw a circle. I happen to have, humorously, this piece of paper just sitting out on my desk because I had meant to use it for a different challenge, and then I didn't end up doing that challenge. I only did, I think, 7 of the Ginger's challenges in February. Had a lot of travel, didn't get around to it. So some of those Eat Around the World challenges I did not get to, and this piece of paper was for one of those, was to use a big circle element. So I didn't quite get to that. So because this was just sitting out and I saw this sketch and I realized it was the same day I needed to have something come out for All About the Mouse, I thought it would be great to combine these two. The All About the Mouse challenge of the Captain Hook and the rainbows, I really was trying to decide how to do that. And then when I realized all of those rainbows are actually sequins, I thought, well, this is a great challenge to try to use some sequins. I also had, just sitting on my desk, these pictures of this particular, these birds from when we went to the Lion King show at Animal Kingdom. And I had these on my desk because I wanted to do the Blackbird challenge, which was the bird challenge. So ended up that all three of these challenges just worked perfectly together, and I was able to make those work. So hopefully you can see now that I've basically just added a place for the pictures by adding that L. A beautiful day is one of those big embellishments that I wanted to use, the photos, and I have all of my old embellishments for Vicky Boutin just in one container. So what I'm doing here is I'm using all of those. I just put all those together and I go through them. And every time I want to add an embellishment to one of my Vicky Boutin pages, I just have to go through all of them. Now, some of them you can see there, like the Fernwood, I think, are a little bit less. They don't go with everything, but most of them do. So I'm just kind of going through, I'm picking out. I'm not going to use all of these, but it was good for me to just kind of go through and decide what I wanted to use. Now, this is the only embellishing really I do besides, and I pulled that out. I thought about using that. I didn't really love it, but then I did have a couple other things. So this said the star of the show. I really did want to use that. These little heart clips, I don't know when I would ever use those otherwise, so I'm just going to put them on there. A camera, and I thought about hanging the camera. I ended up just hanging the camera on the top up there. This said favorite little moment or favorite little something. Thought about adding that, but it just didn't fit where I wanted it to go. And then finally, I have this particular journaling spot that just is the right color and the right spot, and so that's what I'm going to use. I put everything else away, and then I'm going to attach these after I ink their edges. And then the final step in all of this is going to be adding the sequins. So for me, the sequins are kind of just an extra thing that I added, and it gave the page a little bit of sparkle. I had to pull a bunch of different collections to try to get the right colors. And it's just fun to think about, the things that you could do with your sequins. Oh, I did have one more little film strip from what I had cut off, so I just go ahead and add that. And you can see I have the 3 different film strips on here. They just add a little something. They add a little color. Those film strips go with everything. They are kind of like my favorite embellishment lately. Okay, and we have the camera. So now we are going to go through and add all of these sequins. So just a couple of different picket fences mixes. I am going to fast forward this a little bit more so you don't have to sit here and watch me put all these sequins on. So I'm putting sequins on super fast here, and I am doing a color mix, which means, or a color match, because I'm trying to pick sequences that match. So I'm using different collections. Got some peeps, some kind of pinky red, some white, and then on the very right-hand side, you'll see I have a sticker sheet of sequins that has 2 different greens, a gold and a red. I end up not using that red, but I do use the 2 different greens and the gold. So it's just a fun way to add a little sparkle, and it is my way of doing the All About the Mouse challenge, which is the adding the sequins. I think that's a fun way and a good reminder that when you have these challenges that are inspiration, you can take inspiration from any part of it. I know a lot of people don't have a Captain Hook or a rainbow page, so for me, this was a super easy way to add sequences and meet the challenge. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this. I hope you've enjoyed the sketch and everything that we've done. I'm going to try to have some more videos for these sketches out this month. And with that, oh, here we go. We're getting close. We're adding a few more, the sticker sheet, and oh, the yellows are coming on. And I'm showing you up close. And then here is a copy of the final layout. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.